Hey guys, so my name is Miss Yvette, and I'm here today to talk about my GLP-1 journey. I'm a little bit late with talking about my journey. I started this journey actually 2 years ago, and I'm not done yet. But I just want you guys to see. I will be posting before and after, even though I have not reached my goal yet. But I just want you guys to see basically the current, my current weight. I'll get to that, but this is what I look like. Okay. No shapewear, nothing like that. Still have work to do, but this is what I basically currently look like right now. But let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so as I said before, I'm a little bit late with posting about my GLP-1 journey, but I started this journey about 2 years ago. I want to say 2024, the very beginning of 2024. So I actually was pre-diabetic, overweight. I'm still considered overweight by medical, according to the medical charts, I'm still considered overweight. So I was pre-diabetic. I'd seen a friend she was a little larger than me, and she lost a tremendous amount of weight. And I said, "How did you do it?" So upon speaking to her, it wasn't right away. She said she balanced her hormones, and I had no clue what she meant by that, although I did, but I didn't really particularly know exactly what she meant by that. So maybe a month passed and I talked to her and I found out she was going to an endocrinologist. Okay. So she gave me the name of her endocrinologist. Upon going to the endocrinologist, because I was pre diabetic and I wanted to get out of that, and being overweight and being sick of it, I decided, okay, try to actively to do something about it, because I'm like, if she can do it, so can I. Upon going to them, they found out I was actually diabetic. So my diagnosis changed in a matter of a couple months. Maybe I did a little too much, eating some cake. I don't know. But I went from being in a 6 point, whatever it was, maybe 6.45, which is considered pre diabetic, I think, to a 7.0. So I was told, because I went in there wanting a medication called Mounjaro. And I was told by a previous bariatric doctor, weight loss doctor, that I could not get it because I wasn't diabetic. Although I knew people who were getting it who weren't diabetic, I thought he was full of shit. But this is what he told me. And he just kept putting me on Ozempic. Okay. So I said, okay, so what does this mean? They said, we're going to get you the Mounjaro. I went in there pretty much confident that I would lose weight, but also skeptical because I knew a lot of things had not worked for me. Um, Not including Weight Watchers several years ago, but we're talking like when I was in my 30s. I'm not gonna in this video, I'm not gonna get into my age, but that'll be for another video because I have lots of content related to my age and perimenopause. But um since that tremendous weight loss and Weight Watchers and getting it back, I had not found anything that really worked for me. So I went into it a little bit skeptical and I started it. It was actually during the Christmas break. So that's even more of a challenge because, you're eating, although I try not to go overboard, it's still a rough time to want to start a weight loss journey. So I started the Manjaro. I was home on Christmas break, so I didn't need that much fuel in the morning. I'd have my, cup of yogurt, coffee, whatever I wanted, but it wasn't like I was I didn't feel the need to eat anything heavy because I wasn't at work in the mornings at least. And that very first week of me being on the very first dosage, the very initial dose, which is 2.5, I lost 8 pounds. And this is with no exercise. I wasn't even trying that hard at that point. So I don't want to make this initial video too long, but basically, like I said, I've been on this journey for roughly 2 years. I've had to stop a couple times. I don't want to lose focus on my message that I'm trying to get out here. But, okay, I started at 248 pounds. Okay, I'm currently 212. I will be posting a before and after, and that's not even at the total end of or right where I'm at right now. But you saw in the very beginning basically what I look like right now. So I'm currently 212, and it took me about 2 years to lose that. I am a slow loser. Now currently, this is the dosage that I'm on. I don't know if you guys can see. Mounjaro 12.5. Okay. And it took me a while to get up to that. Um, so here's what I want to convey to you guys. First of all, this is what I want to be the takeaways. Everybody's GLP-1 journey is different. And that's what I had to learn on this medication, because if you guys are in any support groups for people on GLP-1s, you will see lots of people posting that they lost significant amount of weight in a short span of time. And then you're sitting over here and maybe you're losing a pound a week or 5 pounds a month, or not even, maybe 2 pounds a month. And you're thinking, oh my God, I'm a failure. Listen, no, you're not. Okay. Everybody is different. What I've also learned is everybody's body will work differently on different dosages. So for me, 2.5 was very low. And yes, initially I lost 8 pounds in the first week. However, that's not the dosage I could stay on for a long period of time, because I could tell you by month 2 or month 3, food noise never really left, to be honest with you, but it just was not working. So I had to increase the dose. So do not compare your journey to anyone else's. Everybody's journey is unique, and you may not lose as fast as some others, or you may, but don't be afraid to change some things. If you feel like you're not losing at the pace you want to, maybe change your workout routine, tweak your diet. I'm not really a hardcore dieter. This is my brutal honesty, me being transparent with you guys. Maybe I'm wrong for doing so, because I should be encouraging people to eat right, and I am, and I have made some changes, but it still needs a lot of work. Considering I've still lost weight though. Um, but don't be afraid to do that. And also don't be afraid to communicate with your doctor. I have a very good communication with my doctor who prescribes me this, because I was considered diabetic, although I'm out of the diabetic range now, which is wonderful. But if any time I felt like the medication wasn't working anymore, I asked her to increase my dose, as long as I was on that dosage for at least a month. So you have to be on it for at least a month before increasing the dosage. So don't be afraid. Don't increase it just because, you are comparing yourself to other people. But if you feel like it's not working for you anymore, if you're starving, if the food noise is back, like full throttle, by all means, discuss increasing the dosage. So that's one thing. Please do not compare yourself to anybody else's journey. And you don't think that losing quickly is a flex, because when you lose quickly, you lose a lot of muscle. So it's not a flex. That's one thing. 2, I'm going to stress the importance of probiotics, maybe even Gas-X, digestive enzymes, because this medication slows down gastric emptying. That's how it works. So I can honestly tell you that the first year, now I had to go off of it. I had some issues, not so much from that. It was some health issues I was going through, so I took a break. But when I was initially started Mounjaro, Trizepatide, I had no extreme fullness. I didn't have too many gastric issues. I had no nausea. I'm not a person who easily throws up. Anyway, I don't really throw up. So, but going back on it, I want to say the second time around, I did deal with some nausea for like 2 months. I didn't like throw up per se, but it was just the feeling of, I feel like I could throw up, and a lot of bloating. So I actually had to talk to my doctor about getting me Zofran. So you might want to ask your doctor, if you're a kind of person who gets nauseous easily, to prescribe you some Zofran. But more importantly, because you want to kind of move towards the natural way, is I would say digestive enzymes. It helps to break down, the carbs, the proteins. Gas-X, if you don't want to feel that nasty, bloated, gassy feeling, but that's not so much natural. But digestive enzymes, probiotics. This is to help you manage those disgusting symptoms that sometimes we get from GLPs it's very uncomfortable. Okay, so that actually helps me to manage a little bit now that it is affecting me differently. That's why I said this medication is very complex, because it affects everyone differently. The third thing I want to say is, so there are different GLP-1s. There's Ozempic, which is semaglutide, and then there's Trizepatide, which is Zepbound, or Mounjaro, which is what I'm on. And I can tell you that when I was on semaglutide, it did not work for me. I'm not saying that's the case with everyone. I'm just saying that Trizepatide is a little stronger. Okay, so if you're the kind of person who is resistant to weight loss, because when you go to a doctor for weight loss, you have options. They're going to say, hey, we can give you Ozempic, even though Ozempic is getting a bad rap right now, or we can give you Zepbound or Mounjaro. Mounjaro is more for diabetes, but it's the same thing, Trizepatide. If they put you on Ozempic and it doesn't work, don't be afraid to ask for, to submit to insurance if you have, to try Zepbound, because Zepbound is more effective. It acts on two receptors, GLP-2, and I can tell you from someone who it's really hard for me to lose weight. This worked for me, and I'm still not done. I want to get into the 100s. I'm currently 212, but this has worked for me. So, and like I said, it was really hard for me to lose weight. So I think you should definitely, if you're on, one of the GLPs and it doesn't work for you, talk about maybe switching to another one. Right now, there's one that is in clinical trials. It has not been FDA approved yet, but it works on 3 receptors. But that's for another conversation. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'd like to move on to that one because I'm an emotional eater. So it's called Retta, but we will get into that another day. But I think I need it to act on all 3 receptors. But these are the 3 takeaways before I leave, because we're gonna talk more about this journey, because I want you guys, even though I'm kind of late in posting and I'm midway through. So this is like, you see me, okay, I'm not like slim, but I was a lot larger than this. Okay. And it really showed throughout here before. So I want the takeaways to be A, everybody's journey is different. Do not compare yourself to others. Just keep pushing, tweak your diet if you need to, tweak your exercise, talk to your doctor about increasing your dose if need be. Don't move too quickly. 2, probiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes. If you need to, Zofran, it's helped me tremendously with the nausea when I do get it. Because the first couple days you might get it. Also vitamin D, because you might be knocked on your ass being tired. And the third thing is, if one of the GLPs is not working for you, don't be afraid to talk to your doctor about trying a different one, because not all GLP-1s are created equally, as you can see. I know other people who hasn't lost a damn thing on Ozempic, and I was one of them. So that's just me. But anyway, guys, until next time, be safe, enjoy life, stay blessed, and we will be talking again soon. Take care.